Alright, so there's been a lot of talk about this BCS poll that came out, and people are saying, not me of course because I'm an Ohio State fan, but they're saying that Auburn deserves to jump Ohio State based on their win and based on their strength of schedule. That's stupid, and I'm going to tell you why. Reason number one. If you're going to put an Auburn team who's one loss ahead of an Ohio State team who is in a BCS conference, ahead of them, by that logic and by your strength of schedule logic, you got to put Auburn ahead of Florida State too. And then by that logic, Alabama's got to be ahead of both of them too. So it should be Alabama-Auburn is what you're telling me it should be. Florida State and Ohio State, their undefeated records, their championships in their conference don't mean anything. Throw that away. Just guess on who you think the best team is. Don't take the records. Don't take 24 straight wins. Don't take the fact that Urban Meyer hasn't lost a game in Columbus yet. Just do it based off what you think an SEC team would do against them. And for people saying that Florida State is better than Ohio State, how do you know that? You don't. Because if we're going to go off strength of schedule, which is what every person who thinks Ohio State should get jumped bases their decision off of, Florida State has a better strength or a worse strength of schedule than Ohio State. You can look that up. You can look that up right now. Pause the video, go look it up. It's there. Second of all, if you're going to say that an Ohio State team is not worthy of a national championship team because of who they played, I mean, then why would you even have the BCS rankings? Why wouldn't they just have a committee go in and say, these are the two teams that we think are the best? Why have rankings? Why have rankings then? Because you don't. If you're going to put in a team with one loss ahead of a team with no losses in a BCS conference, then it's stupid. I don't understand where the arguments are coming from. I guess it's just people not wanting Ohio State to get in for whatever reason. For whatever reason, people don't want Ohio State in, and they just hate Ohio State. But, I mean, I know I can be a little obnoxious about being an Ohio State fan, but it's only because people make ridiculous claims about why they should not be in the top 10 or top 2 or in consideration for the national championship, or they're not good enough. They would never compete with an SEC school. You got to remember something. That wasn't this Ohio State. This Ohio State's completely different than when Tressel was in there. Completely different. New era. Braxton Miller and Carlos Hyde, I firmly believe there's not a defense in the country that could stop them. And then you make claims about their defense not being good. Their defense struggles at times, but I mean they're still they're in the top 30 in the nation in defense. They lead the nation in sacks. That's not a bad defense. I guarantee if you give Urban Meyer and Luke Fickell a month to prepare against Jameis Winston, who might not even play in the game if they make it that far, I guarantee their defense would come out and be fine. And there's no stopping that offense. There's no stopping that offense. So, I mean, that's my rant. That's what I wanted to get off. You can say anything you want. All these are facts. I've pulled these facts. You can go check these stats, everything you want. You can go check them. I was looking them up today. So, if you need to say something, I'll be free to answer your questions or listen to what you have to say about them. But just being biased towards not anti-Ohio State, not cutting it at all.